In the pages of the Old Testament, amidst the stories of faith and miracles, lies a darker narrative, the commands of God to kill. Join us as we examine 5 Old Testament examples of God causing and endorsing the death of many. Remember, God's love is like a roller coaster, exhilarating, terrifying, and occasionally makes you question your life choices. But hey, at least there's never a dull moment. Genesis flood. Genesis 6:6-8, and it repented Jehovah that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And Jehovah said, I will destroy man whom I have created from the face of the ground, both man and beast, and creeping things, and birds of the heavens, for it repenteth me that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of Jehovah. Noah and his 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, along with their wives, were spared in the flood. Plagues of Egypt. Next up, we have the 10 plagues of Egypt. Frogs, lice, flies, death of the Egyptians' livestock, boils, hail, locusts, darkness. And let's not forget the final plague, in which the firstborn sons of all the Egyptians, including Pharaoh's own son, died. That's a lot of casualties for a dispute with Pharaoh. God was not messing around. Hopefully number 4 won't be so unbearable. Bear attacks on children. 2 Kings 2:23-25. And he went up from thence unto Beth-el, and as he was going up by the way, there came forth young lads out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. And he looked behind him, and saw them, and cursed them in the name of Jehovah. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tare 40 lads of them. And he went from thence to Mount Carmel, and from thence he returned to Samaria. Apparently, the prophet Elisha can curse kids for trolling him, and God is totally okay with it. Golden calf worship. Exodus 32:27-28. And he said unto them, Thus saith Jehovah, the God of Israel, Put ye every man his sword upon his thigh, and go to and fro from gate to gate throughout the camp, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the sons of Levi did according to the word of Moses, and there fell of the people that day about 3,000 men. Sodom and Gomorrah. Genesis 19:24-28. Then Jehovah rained upon Sodom and upon Gomorrah brimstone and fire from Jehovah out of heaven, and he overthrew those cities, and all the plain, and all the inhabitants of the cities, and that which grew upon the ground. But his wife looked back from behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. And Abraham got up early in the morning to the place where he had stood before Jehovah, and he looked toward Sodom and Gomorrah, and toward all the land of the plain, and beheld, and lo, the smoke of the land went up as the smoke of a furnace. As a result of the city's wickedness, God decides to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, along with his wife. However, Lot and his 2 daughters were spared. We're now connecting live with God to get his explanation. I'm going to jump straight into it and not waste any time. God, what do you say to those that don't understand or agree with your actions of violence in the Old Testament?
It's rather simple. When in doubt, wipe everyone out.
It seems we've lost connection. That's unfortunate, because I know we all were hoping to get more of an explanation during this interview. Let's take a moment to appreciate the sheer variety in his methods: floods, plagues, fiery serpents, and even the occasional earth swallowing. Talk about creativity. But let's not forget the human element in all this. Imagine being tasked with wiping out an entire city or leading your people into battle, knowing that God was on your side and not in a fluffy, feel-good kind of way. It was a tough job, but someone had to do it, right? And then there's the aftermath. Can you imagine being one of the survivors of the flood or the plagues of Egypt, standing amidst the destruction and thinking, well, that escalated quickly? It's a good reminder to always be on your best behavior, lest you incur the wrath of the Almighty. So what can we learn from all this? Maybe it's that divine justice is not always what we expect, or that history is written by the victors, in this case, the Israelites. Or maybe it's just a reminder to always read the fine print on those commandments. Join us next time as we delve deeper into the Bible. Until then, may your days be filled with laughter and your smitings be few and far between. It's probably best there isn't an exact number, otherwise it might not look so good for God. Some estimates are as much as 2.3 million kills.
Jesus Christ here. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe.